Hello everyone! This hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series, we are completing our unit on facts and figures. And in today's class, today and tomorrow, we're going to be working on our final case study. In our case study, you look at the facts and figures behind a series of successful websites. Based on those facts and figures, you have to decide as a group which one will be the most successful place to advertise a new product. So you're going to be making some important decisions after we read about the case study, and we as a group have to have a business meeting where we come to a final decision about what to do. So this is especially good for those of you who need business English to have meetings in English. This is great preparation for that. Okay, more about the class in just a moment. First, a little bit about me. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. That means when you're not speaking, please turn off your microphone so we can keep the classroom quiet. When you are speaking, tune in to the new words and the new phrases you're learning. That means use them actively so I can correct you and give you feedback. Finally, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn. This is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. So, I'm going to share the notes with you. And in the notes, we have the links to everything we've done so far. Give me just a second to open that, because I didn't put the link there for you today, but I'm going to do it right now. Oh, here it is. Okay, so while that's loading, let's say hello to everyone, especially if there's any new faces out there. And I'll put the link there for you as soon as this loads up. Okay, so welcome back, Miguel. Oh, 2 in a row, Miguel. Very good. Welcome back, Daniel. Welcome back, Antonio. And who's over there? Alessandro, right? I think it is.
Hi, John. How are you?
Hello. I'm all right. So you're from Italy, I remember.
Yes.
And you're Alessandro, even though it says LA, right?
Yes, perfect.
Excellent.
You are a good memory.
And you're from where in Italy? You're from. Wait.
Oreo Serio, you remember?
Don't tell me.
Okay.
You live somewhere where I've been to where you live, but I can't remember where it is. I can't remember. Tell me. I forgot.
Do you remember Oreo Serio?
Where?
Oreo Serio Ryanair?
Oh, right, from Bergamo, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
I knew it. Yeah. So, here's the plan. Oh, and welcome back, Rebecca and Jose. Nice to see you. So, here's the plan. Hello. Let me just scroll down to today's class, which is on page 6. Give me just a second to get there. All right. So, on page 6, you have all of our links and summaries of the previous classes. In the background, I'm going to open our 4th and final presentation. It'll take a minute to load. Also, I want to open the homework that I gave you yesterday and just take a quick look at it in case there's any questions. And for those of you who were not in yesterday's class, I'll also open the mind map. I didn't update it yet, but I will tonight. But I'll just show it to you in case you weren't here. Okay? So, oh, here we go. Let's take a look at the homework really quick, even if you didn't have a chance to do it. Let's take a quick look, because yesterday's class was maybe a little difficult. So, homework was the language at work section. That means the grammatical section. And the little note there. Sorry, Rebecca, I just need to mute you because we're getting lots and lots and lots of noise on your side, okay? So turn it back on when you're ready to speak. That note there just reminds you that the answers are on the last page. And here is a summary of the verb tenses. So you can see what you need to remember is that when you're reporting, so you're in a meeting, they're talking about something significant that happened. They're talking about new numbers, new statistics, some change that happened. Maybe the profits went down, maybe the turnover went up, who knows? But when you report that, you've got to change by going backwards in time. So it happens becomes it happened. Present simple becomes simple past. It is happening becomes it was happening. Present continuous becomes past continuous. It happened becomes it had happened. That's the third one. Past simple becomes the past perfect. It has been happening becomes it had been happening. It has happened becomes it had happened. So you can go right down the list. Where it gets difficult is the last 4 or 5. There's no change in the past perfect, no change in the past perfect continuous, which makes sense if you think about it. The past perfect is a time in the past before a time in the past. So we can't go any further back in time than that. That's why there's no change. The future gets a little hard to understand maybe. Will becomes would. In order becomes infinitive. That's a little hard to understand. Look at the very bottom where it says, don't disturb me. He told me not to disturb him. That's one that you might not have seen before. But my point is, in that simple chart, you have everything you need summarized in one place for reporting speech. So it's all there for you. You can study that page, which is slide 3. And the examples are on the next page. So you have some examples. You can refer to this. If I were you, I would probably put these on flashcards and I would test yourself on these examples. Take the sentences, put them on a flashcard, and see if you can identify the verb tense, or see if you can take the present and put it into the past on the back of the flashcard. Flashcards are those things when you're learning the times table. On the front, 2 times 2. On the back, 4. Right? How you teach your kids times tables, things like that. I would do something like that if I were you. If I have time, I'll do it for you, but I don't know if I will. What I did give you was a few examples for you to try. So, just a quick question. I sent this really late last night. Did anyone have a chance to try the homework? Because I sent it really late, so maybe you didn't see it.
I did it.
The first one exercise.
Yeah? Well, let's just... Yeah, okay, well, let's just do 1 or 2 so the rest of you can see what to do, and then we'll correct it tomorrow. But let's do 1 or 2 examples just for now. So, Greg, you did it. I want you to give me your answer for number 1, and then let's make sure the rest of the class sees what you did there, okay?
Okay. I didn't think that the plan would work.
Mm-hmm. So, the plan will not work?
I didn't think that the plan would work.
So you changed will to would. Okay. Sounds good to me. So, that's how it works. In the chart, we actually saw that a moment ago. Because will, future, at the bottom, becomes would, future. Which is will becomes would, meaning that would is the past of will. Or would is the future if it's not certain, if it's not a real result. Which is a little bit confusing, but that's how it works. Alright. So, Daniel, you did this as well, right?
Yes.
Why don't you do 2 for us? Read the whole thing if you could.
I don't believe in working at weekends. My boss always says. The answer, my boss always says that she doesn't believe in working at weekends.
That is correct. But why did you not change it to the past? It's correct, but how did you know to keep it in the present?
First of all, I changed, but when I went to correct the answer, I saw it was wrong.
So
I make a mistake. I made a mistake.
So in the future, what's the key word that shows you not to change it to the past? There's one word in that sentence which shows you it must stay in the present. Do you know what it is?
At weekends.
No, not necessarily. Always. Yeah, always.
Every weekend.
No, always, always. I know it means every weekend, but the key word is always.
Okay.
To show you that it's happening all the time, now and in the future, so you can keep it in the present. If I said that sentence, would I put it in the present? I wonder. I don't believe in working at weekends. My boss always says. My boss always says, yeah, I guess if I say always says, if I say says, it's got to stay in the present. If I change says to said, I would put it in the past. My boss always said that she didn't believe. So you could put it in the past if you change says to said. But then that doesn't have the same meaning. So anyway, always is the key word. So the rest of you didn't have a chance to do this, so I'll give you a chance by posting this again today, after today's class. You can try it. And there's one other exercise where you just have to match and then write out the sentences to see how they sound. Alright, so matching and then writing out. And the answers are here if you want to check your answers. And that's it. So that is reported speech. This is our mind map.
I'm sorry, Jean-Eric.
Don't be sorry.
I have a question with homework for the
Go for it.
for the, number 3.
Hang on a second.
I
have to just open it again. Sorry. Give me just a second here. For number 3 on which page?
The last one of exercise. Page 6.
Got it.
I don't. I'm doubtful, no? When I have to employ the infinitive and
use the infinitive. Use, not employ. Use.
Use infinitive and I don't remember. For example, the A, you know, he encouraged me to apply for the job, or he encouraged me applying for the job. I don't get the difference, you know.
So he encouraged me. He encouraged, right? You put.
He encouraged me. Yeah. He encouraged me to apply for the job, or he encouraged me applying for the job.
Here's the answer. It's exactly the same as in Spanish and in French. It's the same. So the first verb is in the past, right? Encouraged.
Yeah.
And so in French, in Spanish, in Portuguese, and in English, and in German, because the time is clear, the next verb is in the infinitive. It's the same in French and Spanish too, right? How would you say that in Spanish? I don't know if you can translate encouraged in exactly the same way, but what I'm saying is it should be the same in all Western languages. So when you've conjugated the verb, when you've shown when it happened, all the other verbs are in the infinitive. So here it should be no different. By the way, can not just Greg, but any of you, can you put that in Spanish? Can you write it? I'm just curious how you would translate that into here's the sentence. He encouraged me to apply, right? To apply for the job. Apply is what? Candidatarse? How do you say it?
Presentar.
Presentarse? In other words, you're going to try to get the job. You're going to give them your CV.
Solicitar.
Okay.
Solicitar.
Me animo,
Okay.
me invito.
So, and encourage is animo?
Animar.
Animar is encourage, really. Learn something new every day. Animo is the first person past.
Past.
Yo animo, yeah?
No.
Pasado.
More strong. The O strong. Animó. Past.
Oh, he encouraged me. So, but I'm saying it's the past, right?
Yes.
Okay. But see, look, okay, so it works. In Daniel's sentence, it's presentar, which is the infinitive, right, Greg?
Yeah. Yes.
Presentar. It's the same in English. So, animo, past, presentar, infinitive. Encouraged, past, to apply, infinitive. So I think the problem is maybe sometimes it's confusing because to can be a preposition and to can be part of the verb in the infinitive. Maybe that's why it's confusing. Maybe that's the confusing part.
Okay.
But Greg,
Yes.
it'll always be like this. Always. It will never change. So you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, there's no problem then. Okay.
If you see an exception, let me know, because that means that English has changed.
I don't think so.
All right. There is something else. I know what you're getting confused with, because there are verbs that you can put the gerund after, but it's not in this case. It's not when they're conjugated like this. But it's an exception. And don't worry about it now.
Yesterday you said when it's always true, it's not a specific thing in the future.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You can. We have to use
The gerund.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you have a choice, but that's a little different. So in the sentence, look in the chat window. I like, in the present, I like. I like to ski when I go to the Alps. I think that's a sentence I used before. I could also say I like skiing, but it's not the right choice here because I'm going to the Alps in the future, probably in the future. So I need to use to ski to indicate that it's probably the future. If I say I like skiing as a sport, I'm just naming the action. I'm not talking about a future action. So when you have a choice after word like, then that's when that rule applies.
Okay.
Here, encourage, you don't have that choice. You can so like is a special situation. There are a few other words too. It's not just like, but there's not that many. So it's a special situation where you have a choice. You can use either. But that's like 1% of the time. 99.9% of the time, it's going to be like you saw here. Encouraged to do, encouraged to apply. So, when in doubt, use the infinitive.
Okay, I think I got it.
Anyway, I can make a lesson out of this later. We can look at it better. By the way,
Okay.
here, here's our mind map. I've done the vocabulary, so you can go to the notes if you need to. Go to the notes, click on the map later, and just to refresh your memory after class or after the unit has ended, you can click on, for example, the collocations we've learned, the word patterns. Say to yourself, what words meant a big fall in the numbers? What words meant a big fall? Click on the F key and you'll see crash, plummet, substantial drop, significant drop. So, same with referring to numbers. Marginally is the same as fractionally. A little more than is the same as just over. So you can easily review the vocabulary. The key phrases are here, not all of them, I didn't update it yet. Asking for factual information. So could you fill us in on, could you give us the lowdown? When you're doing the class, you can have the map open and you can cheat at any time, and you should cheat. Open the map so you can use the key phrases during the discussions that we have in the activities. Okay, and to open and close, you click on the little box, like key phrases, and click on the F key. It will open and close. And you'll see a little stack of notes. When you see the stack, that means that you can open it like this. Okay, later, hopefully later today, I'll update the rest of the phrases from yesterday, and I'll add the grammar points from yesterday too. I didn't have time. Okay, but that's the map. And now let's get to the case study. Even if you weren't here, don't worry, you can still participate. One thing you can do is take a look at the map so that you can use some of the key phrases, but even if you weren't here, use the language that you're comfortable with, and I'll be here to correct you. So, let's have a meeting. Case study, facts and figures 4. What we're going to do is read about a situation that we're going to have a meeting and try to solve the problem that comes up in the situation. Let me go first to the expert view here. As we read about this, we're going to try to keep in mind the opinion of an expert, and we're going to use that as a way to problem solve, basically. All right? So, let's read the opinion of Dr. Stan Makelin. He's a cool dude with a saxophone, I guess. Senior lecturer in strategic marketing at the Cranfield School of Management. All right? So Miguel, as our newest student, can you read the expert view for us, and then we'll talk about it?
Yeah. The expert view. Consumers are no longer the passive recipients of advertising. I can read more because in the screen I can see the slide.
Well, you could.
Now, yes. Now.
Okay. You can open this on your computer too.
But the link, where is it?
You don't get the link.
All the links are here in the notes, but I'll give you the link directly as well. If you give me a second. I'll put the link in the chat window. I think Daniel already did, but I'll put it there too.
Thanks, Daniel.
So if you want to open it on your computer, you can see it better.
Yes.
And it's on page slide 4.
Yeah.
So,
the expert view. Consumers are no longer the passive recipients of advertising message delivered through TV. Delivered through TV, radio, and print media. Many advertisers try to reconstruct the old one-way mode of communication over the internet by using banner advertising, email campaigns, pop-up adverts, and text messaging. But in the new media environment, communication is increasingly interactive and controlled by consumers, who direct their own information searches, participate in online communities,
online communities.
In online communities, use RSS feeds and create blogs, the challenge for advertisers is to adapt their approach to create a real dialogue that meets consumers' changing expectations.
All right, very good. So, let's sum this up before we go on. What does Dr. Stan Maitland want us to keep in mind as we face our advertising problem? In other words, what's the mistake that we could probably make, that many people make when they approach advertising? Rebecca, you're our advertiser, right? You're the expert. Am I right, Rebecca?
Yeah.
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 You're the expert.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of Dr. Maitland's advice? What's he trying to tell us?
The places where today advertisement work change from the past. Now there are different places such as pop-up adverts, email campaigns, instead of radio and.
Well, the pop-ups are the old way, I think he's saying. We have a new way. So you're absolutely right that there's a big change. By the way, Rebecca, I would say it like this. There has been a big change. Present perfect. There has been.
There has been a big change.
Right. Because it's the past until now. So it's that whole period. So we have to use the present perfect, not the simple past. Not there was a change, because that has no connection to the present. And the pop-up adverts, he seems to think that the pop-up adverts are the old way, because it says the one-way mode of communication by using banner, email, and pop-ups. What do you think about that, class? He says that's the old way. What do you think the new way is? What does he mean by dialogue?
To connect with the target, but for me, it's in a very strong way. Sometimes it's so annoying.
Which is too annoying? Which way?
Pop-ups at the adverts.
Yeah, he's saying the same thing. He's saying that's the old way. That's the old way, and it's annoying. I agree. He's saying that too. What's the new way? What do you think he's referring to?
The new way, I think, that is connected to consumers and through the social network like Facebook or Twitter.
Absolutely, yeah. Now, at the time this was written, maybe Twitter wasn't so big, so but he mentions RSS feeds, users, right, participate in online communities. So now we know Facebook, Twitter, and a million other social networking sites. But he does mention RSS feeds and creating blogs. That was a big thing back then. Now we've moved on. Class, what are some other ways advertisers, in your opinion now, what are some other ways advertisers can adapt their approach? What's the most modern, up-to-date way you think you could advertise today? What's your opinion? Be creative now.
Yes, I don't know what's the specific name. I'm sure that Rebecca can help me. But there is a kind of advertising that when you visit any website with any main subject, you receive advertising on the same subject. For example, if you are visiting a website of cycling, you should receive inputs or pop-ups or any suggestion to buy cycling wear, for example. I don't know what the specific name of that kind of advertisement.
The targeted advertising? You mean targeted? So because I have all my
incremental. No, incremental. It sounds to me incremental advertisement.
Do you mean? Well, for example, if my advertising is not blocked, it's usually blocked. But if it's not, I'll see advertisements for Verbling everywhere I go. It follows me around because I'm signed into Verbling or whatever. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
That kind of it's like a hunt.
Exactly. So like you have a cookie on your computer, and I guess it saves information, and then your computer sends out a signal from the cookie so that the ads can sort of follow you around, something like that. Exactly. What is that called? I thought that was called targeting. Targeted. Maybe it's not targeted. I don't know. Rebecca, is there a name for that?
I'm not sure about that name now because when I don't know.
You're gonna do research and get back to us on that, okay?
Yeah, but there must be a name for that, because nowadays it's in fashion. So it's in fashion. It's so used it.
We're gonna call that. Say what? Say that again.
It's so used.
Used, yeah, widely used. It's widely used.
Widely, yes, widely. Okay, thank you. Widely used.
There you go. Okay, so Greg, I think that's a good example. But Dr. Stand says that we have to create a dialogue. A dialogue. That means... So, why are the old ways not a dialogue and the new ways should be a dialogue? What's wrong with the old ways?
The old way impose his point of view, no?
Yeah. So the old way
advertisement
imposes on you.
Imposes on you, yeah.
Right. We impose something on you.
The old way is unidirectional. I think that the challenge of a new advertisement is to get bidirectional input, no? From the people from the advertisement firms.
So to create, you said bi-directional input. Is that right?
Yes.
Ah, okay, interesting. So two-way communication. Well, Antonio, what would you... That was Antonio, right? Who was speaking?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So Antonio, what else do you think we could do? Because we're going to need these skills in a moment. So what else do you think we could do to create that bi-directional input, the two-way communication?
I think the only way, mainly by internet. At the beginning, they need to create a link where you have to click on, and after they make questions about what kind of car do you like, or we have the best sales for you about a car or something like that.
So like getting information from the users, right? Yes. So I see what you mean. But would you have patience to fill out a survey? I don't. I mean, I think you'd have to be really clever to make the survey short and entertaining, or people aren't really going to do it. Unless, I mean, why should they? They don't care about your product. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the only thing I'd say about that is how you're going to get people to spend the time filling out the survey. You know what I feels like it might impose on you. Unless you know a good example. I mean, the more creative we are, the more we can come up with something. I have an idea. What about just, I mean, it seems like the fastest way to get the latest information tends to be updates in social media, specifically Twitter, because it's short, fast, easy to read, and you can just look at it, you know, every 10 seconds when you're bored. It updates so much. So sending out a really well-worded tweet and letting people respond to it too. You know, it kind of becomes like, at least you feel like you're participating. Feels like you're having a conversation. Just something that comes to mind because you said bi-directional, two-way communication. So if you can announce something cleverly and let people comment on it, like the way we used to do with forums, maybe that's a way to get people to bond with your message or your product. Just an idea, I don't know. So as we read this, you're going to see that it's a little bit outdated. So we have to update it for what's happening in 2015 because it's about 7 years outdated and things have changed a lot actually. So let's keep in mind this two-way communication that Dr. Stan is talking about, and let's figure out what our situation is, what we're going to be dealing with. All right? So I need a reader, and Mr. Ale is out there, ready to read. I can see him raising his hand.
Yes. Yes, I mean.
Yeah. There you go. Raising your hand, ready to read. I want you to take the first half of the background, reaching target markets online. Okay, can you read the background for us? First half. First paragraph, please.
New venture at the MPS. Digital music sales will more than double in the next few years, and the majority of the revenue generated will be from the ringtone industry. According to the business analyst, personalized data service for mobile device, from ringtones to screensavers, are currently a $20 billion global business. However, competition is strong in this area, and companies have to be willing to pay premium price to advertise on the website, which will attract the target market.
Good. By the way, just be careful. Sometimes the ending of the sometimes the ending of the plural has an extra syllable. So we don't say premium price, we say premium prices.
Prices. Oh, yes, okay.
Right? So when you see ES at the end, it usually has an extra syllable. Also like the word devices, mobile devices.
Yes, I got it.
See it? All right, very good.
Thank
So, ringtones, a $20 billion industry. Wow. I wonder if that's still true today. It seems to me that we've probably moved on from there. What do you think? Do you think it's still that lucrative? Lucrative is profitable. Do you think this is still a trend? Yes?
I don't know. It's incredible. It's really incredible. $20 billion.
Apparently, well, remember, it's globally, so globally that's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
But if ringtones are not the $20 billion business, what do you think replaced it today? Well, actually, let's think about that for a minute as we keep reading. All right, so, Mr. Jose, can you take the next paragraph for us? Sorry, Dr. Jose. Uh-oh. Jose, I don't hear you. Are you there? I see you, but I don't hear you.
Hello, John?
We can't hear you. Ah,
Okay.
there we go. Dr. Jose. Can you take paragraph 2?
Yes. MPS is based in Germany. One of
Based. With
Based.
a t.
based.
Good.
MPS is based in Germany, one of Europe's biggest markets for personal.
4? I lost you. 4? Uh-oh, I don't hear Jose. Do you hear him?
Allied mobile phone action companies. MPS negotiated rights for music recordings with the music industry and then enters into contracts with the mobile phone service providers who in turn offer the music as downloadable ringtones on their corporate websites.
Okay, wait a second. Downloadable ringtones. Repeat.
Downloadable ringtones.
Yeah, but you got to be careful because it's not the r like that. It's with your lips. Ring.
Okay.
So try that again. Ring.
Ring.
Ah,
Downloadable ringtones.
that was better. Be very careful because the R.
Ringtones.
Yeah, but it's not ring. Look, just a quick look. Look at my big happy face.
Okay.
Look at my lips. Ring.
Ring.
That's
Ring.
it. Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
Ring. Okay.
Very good, very good. So, who's the middleman? Sorry, who's the middleman here? In that paragraph, just to be clear, who is the middleman and what is the middleman? What do you think would they mean by that word, middleman?
MPS is a middleman, no?
MPS is a middleman. That's true. And what is a middleman?
Because it's in the intermediate with the final customer and the musician, I think, or the music company.
All right, I agree with that. So, is the middleman a man?
No.
No. Is the middleman a company?
Yes.
Good. Just to be clear. And here it's MPS, the intermediate between the music industry, like RCA Records, and the mobile phone companies, like Vodafone. All right. Let's see. Let's go to, see who hasn't read there. Mr. Antonio, can you do the last one for us?
Okay. MPS is aware how huge the ringtone industry has become and has decided to set up a division dedicated to offering ringtones direct to the end user. Their internet platform is ready to do business, but they need to decide where to advertise.
Right. So, that's where we come in. That's where our meeting is going to take place. Let's just talk about this for a minute and make sure it's clear. What is the target market for mobile phone accessories? The target market. What do you think? This is an opinion question, but I think you all have some idea because we all use mobile phones. So, what is the target market, do you think? This is based on what you read, but your opinion is okay too.
I think every owner of a mobile phone.
Every owner, because I know a lot of 14-year-old kids, but I don't know. Are they the ones paying for it? Maybe in this case, I don't know. Are they the biggest demographic though? I mean, like all my students, the little kiddies, they all have mobile phones. But is that our market? What do you think?
I think that the target market, the target market will be will be the teenagers, no?
Teenagers. So what ages do you think?
Between 16 and 31.
Wow. You're a teenager at 31?
No.
Yeah, I think you're right. I would maybe go a little younger even. I think 14, to be honest with you. That's when everyone has all that peer pressure and they have to look good. So I would say 14. I don't know about 30 though. I'm not sure. But I don't know, it's just my opinion. I don't know. So
between 18 and 40, okay. Yes.
No, I think younger, personally. My opinion, I would say start at 14. That's the age where it's possible that you can spend money independently, and probably everyone is in, trying to look good at school, and they're getting the latest iPhone or whatever. So, like it or not, I think 14 would be, I think under 16, actually. Personal opinion, you can all disagree, of course. So, do we all agree that teens and tweens are our market? Do we agree, or do we disagree about that?
I agree with it.
All right. Tween is a funny word that's been recently invented that means not teenager, not adult. It's like 18, 19. Teen is the normal word, so, 13, 14 and up or something like that. All right. What do you think about this? I'm tired of speaking. Daniel, could you read the second question and give me your opinion, and then we'll compare it as a group.
Is it ethical to encourage people to spend their money on this type of accessories?
Be careful with the word money.
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 It's not an O, but it's an A. Money.
Money.
What do you think?
In general,
Yeah.
in general, advertising is not too ethical.
Really?
Yeah, they
We have to check that with
try
Rebecca.
to sell. They try to sell their product in the right way or the bad way, but they need to have profit.
In our
And
current capitalistic economy, companies exist to make a profit. It's true. But you're avoiding the question. Is it ethical to encourage people to spend their money? Remember, our target, we all agree, I think we all agree, it's teenagers, young adults and teenagers that we're going for. Is it ethical to encourage them to spend their money these times?
yeah, why not?
Why not?
Business. It's business.
It's business. We say business is business.
Yeah.
All right. Do we all agree with Daniel? Can someone disagree so we can have an interesting discussion?
Yes, I agree
I'm
with
not.
Daniel.
Jose, you agree? LA?
I'm
Ali?
not.
I don't.
Yeah. I don't. Sorry, I don't.
Excellent.
Because I think that this company do think this person that the ringtone and the screensaver are different, make their personality, create their personality. Sorry.
Right. So you think it's unethical for us to make money off of it?
Unethical. And yes.
But LA, we're a company.
Yes.
If we're, let's say that we're consultants and our companies, our clients are in this market. I don't know who our clients could be. I don't know, but the companies that make these accessories. Well, what should we tell our clients then? I mean, should these companies not exist? Should phone accessories not exist, Ale?
Yes.
Oh.
I think so. For me, this company shouldn't be exist. Sorry.
Shouldn't
Yes.
exist.
Shouldn't be exist. Yes.
There's no B. There's no B. Just shouldn't
okay.
exist.
Shouldn't exist. Yes.
Well, LA, then we have a problem because they do exist. That's our problem.
Yes.
So
it's a big problem for us.
So, Rebecca, what do you think we ought to do to make it more ethical, or should we just go with Daniel's idea that business is business? Can we make it more ethical?
It's a kind of business, and everyone has the right to do it,
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, the business is that.
Well, is that true though? Do we have the right to do it, or is it that it's not regulated well enough? I mean, do we have the right to exploit children? Do you see the problem there? I wonder if you... Because I'm saying, here's the thing. You tell me if you agree or not, but maybe we don't have the right to market this to anybody. Maybe we don't have the right. But right now in the market, no one is stopping us. You know what I'm saying?
I beg to differ.
Okay. Please differ. Please beg.
Because think if we go in the same way, so we cannot advertise the toys for little children. No, it's not ethical. It's
Why
the same.
not?
It's the
Why
same.
not?
I think it's the same. It's a Ringstone is a modern toy for teenager. So why not?
But isn't there something different? Because Ale, if I understood right, Ale is saying this encourages people, young people who are very impressionable, to define their personality by their accessories. But a kid, a young child, is playing with the toy and possibly even learning from the play. It's necessary for them to play. So, Greg, aren't these very different things we're talking about? One is very superficial and the other one is very necessary. Toys are necessary. What do you think?
Well,
Just an idea. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think the modern life, there is a lot of new trauma.
Trauma? Could be, yeah. Trauma.
It's a lot of trauma. We invent new trauma for new devices and new things. I think, like my parents probably would be worried about or afraid about mobile phone and all this technology that create new trauma. Their own parents would be worried about rock and roll, for example.
Well,
any generation has its own trauma. They have to separate.
What do you mean by can you define trauma? Because trauma for me is when you go to the hospital. So
Yeah,
what do you mean by trauma?
Probably it's not the right word. I mean difficulties. No, a way to a problem to resolve.
How about could we say a challenge? Each age has its own challenge. It's in Portuguese it's desafio, and in Spanish I don't know. Challenge.
Sí, desafío.
Desafio. I'm thinking of that because it's not a value judgment. A challenge can be good or bad, and trauma is bad. So it seems very strong. Well, Ale, what do you think about that? Do you think that there's a way we could make it more ethical? I don't know, so that we're not encouraging this. When I was a kid, I don't know if you remember this, if you're all younger than me, but when I was a kid, there was a lot of news about people in the inner city shooting each other for their shoes, for like Air Jordan sneakers. I think it was exaggerated, to be honest with you. I think it was a lot of racist media, to be honest with you. I don't think it was anywhere near as bad as people said. But it was in the news a lot when I was a kid. So obviously, there was a status symbol to have those shoes. You don't hear anything like that today. You just don't hear about it. So I think it was more media hype than reality. I could be wrong. I don't know. But here, it's the same idea, that these accessories are making the kids that age when they're impressionable too superficial. Ale, do you think because these companies exist, is there something we can do to be more ethical in our advertising? Because that's what we have to decide. What do you think, Ale? We've got to help them with advertising. How can we be more ethical in the way we advertise or reach those groups? Any idea?
But yes, in my opinion, it's not a problem about advertise, but what this companies sell,
Right.
you know.
The product.
Yes, the product, because the advertisers has on rule on their rule,
Their
yes,
own rules.
their own rule, but the product create defines a bad personality in the young people, in the new kid, you know. Yes.
Well, but if we're going to have a business meeting, we have to figure out how to deal with the advertising. We can't change the product. We can change the way it's advertised. So we can keep in mind that Dr. Stan earlier said it's got to be two-way communication. We can keep in mind that we have to be careful how we advertise to that age, but we still have to come up with a solution because that's what we're going to get paid for, unfortunately. So keep it in mind. Last question before we go here, and then tomorrow we're going to put that together, all of this together into one big meeting, but I want to give you all a chance to do the homework and practice reported speech because you're going to be using it. So last question before we go. Number 3. Let's see. Well, Greg, can you read number 3 for us? And give me your opinion.
Yes, I do. What sort of website would provide the best advertising platform from ringtone companies?
We should probably change our product, but for today we'll deal with the one that we're reading about, ringtones. I think it's really outdated. I don't think anyone cares about ringtones anymore, but maybe. Anyway, let's answer it. So what's your opinion here? Also, we can keep in mind the ethical issue too. But what sort of websites or places or whatever, what form of advertising would be best?
When you go for a lyric of a song.
Ah, okay. Looking up song lyrics.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. That's a good idea.
They will offer you ringtone of the the song you are looking for.
All right. So we can advertise in places that have song lyrics. Let's get some other ideas. Where else could we? Where else? Not could we, but where else do you think where else do you think these companies will advertise? So song lyric websites. Some other ideas. Is everyone asleep? Hello?
No.
Okay. Where else? Miguel, what do you think? Where else do these companies advertise? Or where else would you advertise if you were one of these companies?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
It's number 3. It's on the board. What sort of websites would provide the best advertising? Forget about platform. The best advertising for ringtone companies.
I have no idea about ringtones companies.
Yeah, me neither. But I can guess.
Artist website, singer website, for example. Or
Secret? What did you say? Secret?
Singers.
Singers. Singers or singles?
Singer.
I would say singles. Places where you can download singles. You know what a single is?
It's a non-married man or woman, no?
No, it's not.
It's not. What does it mean?
Not that kind of single. Not a dating website. A website for individual tracks from a CV or album is a single.
Oh.
So, for example, I don't know, so-and-so released a new single this week. A lot of bands will release a single now for free on iTunes so that you go out and buy the album or download the album. So a single is a single track from your album.
Yeah.
So places where can you buy singles on the internet.
Yes, single and single website too. No.
And yeah,
Artist,
so
of band of for example, you can go to the website of Madonna.
all right, yeah, you can go directly to the artists by direct. Some cases you can, or the website is run by the record company. Yeah, okay. So you got these direct downloads. iTunes, that's where most people download the music from. What else was I going to say? That was pretty much it. So basically, any place that has to do with music. By the way, these are accessories. So is it only music websites that we're talking about? Because these are mobile phone accessories. So what other domain could we reach out to besides music? And also think about our age group too. So our age group, our target market, think about that too. So before we go, any other types of websites besides music websites, just out of curiosity?
Facebook, no?
Yeah, social media.
Social media in general.
Yeah. But because these are accessories, something else comes to mind for me. What else are accessories in general? When you think of accessories, what else do you think of?
Games.
Could be accessories to a device. What about clothes?
Headphones.
Okay. These are accessories to the mobile phone, headphones, external speakers. I have no idea what else. What about fashion? What about fashion websites? What do you think? Fashion?
They really look at fashion website? Don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'm saying it's an accessory.
Yes.
So it's a fashion. So places that sell fashion will sell accessories of all kinds, and this is an accessory. So why not think about advertising in a way through or related to fashion? Maybe the problem is because we're talking about ringtones and no one cares anymore. Maybe it's the wrong product. But anyway, that's the company we have to help, so we have to figure out with them. All right. So listen, keep these things in mind. What we're going to do tomorrow is have our meeting. So if you go forward, you have researched the facts and numerical information about one internet site which could be suitable as an advertising platform for MPS. The information files are on the next slide. So you're going to be presenting the numerical information from your platform, and we as a group you're going to have to report that to the group, and then we in the meeting are going to make a decision based on the numbers and based on our experience. So that's the plan. And you can see on the next slide, on slide 6 and slide 7, we've got a few ideas. But you can bring in your own ideas as well. So one thing you can do is think about a platform, a website, or area that would be an interesting place to advertise for this product to help this client. Bring it in, and possibly some of the information. So if you have another idea, just take a look at how they set up the profile on 6 and 7, name of the company, when it was founded, and then some statistics. If you have any ideas, bring them in yourself, and we can add it to the meeting. So we don't have to be stuck with Craigslist and MySpace, because those are old. I'd like new. All right? So that's the plan. So I'll be back tomorrow at the same hour to have our meeting. Try the homework number 3 on your own. Think about a platform where we could advertise. Look up a few statistics in Google. It'll take you 30 seconds, right? Really easy. Go to factscompany.com or something and look up some stats. And we'll have the meeting tomorrow. I'll also be here an hour before for speaking skills at 9 GMT. This class is at 10 GMT tomorrow. All right? Look forward to our meeting. Have a great day, everyone. See you soon.
See you.
Bye for now.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.